So yeah, this is just as you can see from the title, a little review and more of the new Mugler's Alien Goddess Intense. Now the first one, I'll get more into this in a bit, was all right, but it didn't blow me away or anything. So anyway, this one, yeah, you may or may not have seen the post about it, but yeah, it opens. It's kind of pleasant. It's got a kind of boozy rum kind of or brandy kind ofness running through it. It's kind of a thick cashmere-y base, a little bit caramelly, a little bit vanillic, and as it develops, I'm presuming it's a cashmere actually, because I can't think what else it will be. It's got a kind of pepperiness through it. There's like an after smell of coconut. So it's pleasant, and then you get the DNA of the original running through it, which for me just truthfully doesn't seem to work that great, really. But yeah, so it's a fairly generic one. I suppose what they've done is what people might have complained about with it. You know, is this a flanker? With it having no sort of anything to do with the original. Fair enough. So yeah. No, of course that's not all with this video. It's more kind of point about Mugler themselves and what's happened, where they've gone. Now we know Mugler was sold, and it was sold again. Reformulations are inevitable, and you know, whatever. We'll have to be a focus on Alien. The new formulation of Alien, I'm not sure how it can be called Alien, but you know, it is what it is, isn't it, really? It's a softer, gentler, fluffier version. Now these goddesses, obviously the first one, what it's got to do with Alien, nobody knows. And the second one, they've stuck the DNA in. Probably again because kind of people are going, well, why is this not its own range? Why is it not, you know, it's nothing to do with Alien. So they've covered that, but the Alien DNA, this just does not go in. It's kind of, they've jammed it in, if you like. It's just not very pleasant. But Mugler as a whole, now, Mugler is one of my favourite brands, and I'm not picking on Mugler. I've said this about Killian, who are one of my favourite brands, and they've been kind of Estee lauded to death. The fragrances they're releasing now are far more mass appealing, far more, you probably smelled something similar before. But the difference is with Killian is I suppose they're still very good. I mean, Angel Share is not particularly unique, but it's probably the best of its type, isn't it? And the same with all them liquors, they're not particularly mind-blowing unique. Roses on Ice is interesting and different. Anyway, we're not talking about Killian, but what I'm saying is you can change and still be alright, I suppose. Mugler haven't. What they seem to have done since, when was it 2019 or whatever, when they were sold, is not bring out any new fragrances, which is, if you follow what I'm saying, is they've just stuck them in the main lines and made them flankers. Now Mugler, when they were Mugler, were guilty. I mean, Alien and Angel already had about 453 billion flankers, but they did have something to do with the original, and they weren't that, you know, they might not all have been for me, but they had some kind of something about them. I mean, the Essence Absolute one is a good one, and that bears a little similar to this one. Maybe that's what they were trying to do. Whereas this vanilla benzoin warm resinous one with the Alien DNA, but it worked. It wasn't shoehorned in for the heck of it, and it worked. I mean, this is a very waffly video. Nobody has to watch it, do they? But it's a crying shame with Mugler, because Angel and Alien especially, as well, Womanities are quite a nice one. I'm not familiar, I know Aura, but I'm not familiar with it enough for it to mean anything to me. And Angel's kind of one that many ex-girlfriends of mine have worn. So it's got them memories attached to it. And Alien was the one I always wanted a girlfriend to wear. And it's the first, probably the only fragrance where I've not chased someone down the street. Not quite as extreme, but, you know, gone after someone to say, what are you wearing? That is absolutely magnificent, that's beautiful. And of course it was Alien. And you smell it on a bus and it just, oh, it's just a stunning fragrance. Excuse me. But yeah, it's one of my favourite fragrances ever. So we accept that there are inevitable reformulations, okay. And sometimes they're a shadow. But you don't expect flanker after flanker to have nothing to do with the original. Because they're what we call different fragrances. And just using it, using the name to sell your product is shameful, isn't it? It is, it's shameful. There's no other word for it. You're not... It's nothing to do with the original, but yet to cash in on it, you're going to use that name. It's like, I don't know, someone using, I don't know, King Charles biscuits when he's never tasted them, smelt them, or give permission even. Would Mugler give permission for his great fragrances to be so denigrated? Who knows? Anyway, it's not a rant, it's just a sad video. Because, I mean, even the Amen line and stuff were great. Mugler were groundbreaking. They did something unique, something different, something interesting. And now it's just, how much bottles of this generic guff can we get away with selling with that name? And it's just a shame. So yeah, very quick video. Sad video, kind of a video I think now where I just need to say goodbye to Mugler. There's no point being interested or excited in the next one and the next one that comes out, because it's just never going to be as good as it used to be. And I know we all have this nostalgia, yeah, things were better in the old days, but Mugler used to make interesting fragrances, nobody can deny that. And now it's just bilge, isn't it? So yeah, there's no need for extra conclusions or whatever onto this, it's just a rambly video. The new Goddess, it's not for me. I can see why people like it. That's why it's made, isn't it? It's a generic made, mass selling one. That's not going to excite anyone or anything. They're aiming to a new audience, and hats off for you to do that. But call it something else. I mean, as simple as call it the bloody Goddess line. You know? Whatever. Stop doing it, Mugler, please. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Well, what do you folks think? Do you think I'm a bit dramatic? Is Mugler special to you? Do you miss the kind of creative masterpieces they used to make? Anyway, alright, thanks folks, bye.